Hi, everyone. We're going to get started in a couple minutes. Please find your seats. Lots of room in the front. Please come on in and take your seats. We'll get started. Oh, it's all open. You're all open. You're good. Good evening, and welcome to those of you gathered in person here in the Alvarez College Union Seashaw Smith 900 room, and those who are joining us from all around the world on our live stream tonight for our 9th annual Nisbet Venture Fund pitch competition. I'm Liz Brigham, W. Spencer Mitchum Director of Innovation and Entrepreneurship at the J. Hurt Hub for Innovation and Entrepreneurship at Davidson College. At the Hurt Hub, we provide access and exposure to innovation and entrepreneurship for all. We believe that innovation is born out of our core values of freedom, integrity, and inclusion. And tonight's competition is a shining example of our values and vision at work. The Nisbet Venture Fund was established in 2014 through generous support from Marian Nisbet and Chip Nisbet, who are with us here tonight. The Nisbet Venture Fund is a great example of the power of philanthropy in supporting innovation and entrepreneurship on campus. Today, we are also celebrating the thousands of generous supporters during the college's 10th annual All In for Davidson Day. And if you're following along on social media, which I know many of you all are on your TikToks or Instagrams or whatever you're doing tonight, feel free to tag us using the All In for Davidson, all one word, hashtag. I'd like to start tonight by recognizing and applauding all of our student finalists gathered here. In addition to the countless hours of independent and extracurricular work the students have put into their ventures, the 11 teams pitching also completed 6 weeks of educational classes, mentoring, pitch practice, all to get us prepared for this evening. The structure and sophistication of this program rivals what I have experienced as a Techstars mentor in Chicago. It is truly world-class, and every year it gets better. This year, in light of everyone's obsession with ChatGPT, I thought I would join in on the fun and bring some words of encouragement from some of my favorite rock stars, poker champions, and innovators, as if they were in the room with us tonight. So from Bono, entrepreneurship is more about just creating successful businesses. It's about using your creativity, your passion, and resources to solve real-world problems and create a better future for all. The world is more malleable than you think, and it's waiting for you to hammer it into shape. From Annie Duke, World Series of Poker champion and cognitive psychologist, also a girl crush of mine, taking a big bet is not for the faint of heart. But if you're willing to do the hard work, gather information, weighing probabilities, and embracing ambiguity, then you have what it takes to succeed. And lastly, from Amelia Earhart, the journey is just as important as the destination. Embrace the challenges and setbacks along the way and use them as opportunities to grow and learn. The most difficult thing is the decision to act. The rest is merely tenacity. So tonight and in the past 8 weeks, you all have chosen to act with creativity and passion and embrace the journey. We are so honored to be on this flight with you and can't wait to cheer you all on tonight. But before I pass it over to our MC for the evening, Donna Peters, class of '89, I'd like to extend some thank yous on behalf of the Hurt Hub at Davidson. Thank you first to all of our mentors. We had 19 mentors who supported our finalists from a range of industries and backgrounds. Our mentors are Davidson alumni, Hurt Hub coworkers, members of our community, members of the Launch CLT community, and many more. Thank you to Rebecca Weeks-Watson, who is here in the audience tonight, our cohort instructor this year and instructor for many, many years at the Hurt Hub. Rebecca led the teams in 4 weeks of entrepreneurial instruction and one-on-one coaching sessions. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you to the McIntosh Law Firm. Do I have some members of McIntosh in the audience? Thank you so much. They led an educational session on intellectual property protection for our finalists and are sponsoring legal services for the winner of tonight's Accelerator Track. Thank you as well to the Hurt Hub leadership team, our student ambassadors, Davidson College staff, and Rigid AV, who have been making this competition run behind the scenes for the last many, many weeks. Tonight is our Super Bowl, and it takes a village to make it spectacular. And special thanks to Amy Gaskin, whose leadership, tireless work with our finalists, instructors, and mentors, and meticulous project planning has made this an incredible program. Thank you. And again, a big thank you to the Nisbet family. Marian Nisbet and her son Chip, class of 1986, have been stalwart supporters of students interested in entrepreneurship at Davidson, amongst so many other initiatives on campus for many years. They have truly committed to supporting Davidson's statement of purpose in helping students develop humane instincts and creative and disciplined minds to live lives of leadership and service. Thank you for endowing this program, Marian and Chip. You have changed the trajectory of all the students gathered here tonight, of so many that went before them, and so many to come. We look forward to hearing more from Chip a little bit later on in this evening's program. And now I will turn it over to Donna Peters, our Hurt Hub Innovator in Residence, who will introduce our panel of esteemed judges and explain what's going to go down tonight. Thank you.
Good evening, beautiful people. There are so many things you could have been doing tonight, and you chose to come here, and that was the best decision. You're going to see why over our next about hour and a half together. So I have the great pleasure of introducing the judges that will take us to the winners tonight. We have 3 judges judging 11 teams across 2 different tracks of competition, the Incubation Track and the Accelerator Track. So let's take all of our attention over this way for just a few moments. I'm going to start with Jay Hurt, yes, as in the Hurt Hub. Jay, raise your hand. Jay. Jay is Davidson class of '88, and I want to read a few amazing things that are maybe what was the impetus for him getting us to where we are today. So Jay had been the former president and CEO of the Hurt Company, and it was one of the largest privately held oil marketing and distribution companies. Jay was also instrumental at Relodyne, which, listen to this, one of the largest private equity-backed transactions in industry history. And then in 2018, Jay established what we now know as the Hurt Hub in appreciation for the role that Davidson College had played in his development. So, Jay Hurt, what a gift. And next, we have Mbai Njai. Please raise your hand. Mbai is the founder of Legal Equalizer. And this is a mobile app that allows users to capture police encounters and get in real time advice about their legal rights and to connect to family and friends at critical moments of need. And Mbai was the previous innovator in residence at the Hurt Hub a year before I was here as well, so it's wonderful to have him back. Mbai is also extremely active in all sorts of volunteerism around homelessness and with local churches. He is also currently on the college alumni board at Davidson and lives in Atlanta, where I also live, so I'm getting pretty lucky. And I noticed in your bio that you have a husky. We got to know the name. Zizou.
Yeah, it's after the soccer player Zinedine Zidane. His nickname was Zizou.
Perfect. All righty. Yeah, so I mentioned that Jay Hurt, what a gift. Mbai, you make me want to be a better person. I mean, seriously. And then our third judge is Ashley Gautreaux. Raise your hand. This is Ashley. And Ashley is a partner at Creative Co., and their mission is to invest in early growth software businesses in the business-to-business space. She's also involved in the Charlotte Fund, who has a laser focus on investing in tech companies, specifically in Charlotte. And the word what came to mind for Ashley was role model, and here's a couple of reasons why. Ashley has been spending most of her time and energy focusing on elevating women. She is the founder of an organization called GWIN. Did I pronounce it correctly? Do you call it? Yeah. Oh, Gwyn. Yeah, I like that so much better. Yeah. So it's a small G and then capital W-E-N, and it stands for Growing Women's Entrepreneurship Network, GWIN. And it's to build community and support for women entrepreneurs, of which you will see several here tonight on the stage. She's a graduate, not of Davidson. It's okay. University of California, Santa Barbara, with dual degrees in economics and technology entrepreneurship. So not bad. Thank you, Ashley. Welcome, Ashley. Okay, so where did Liz go? Liz mentioned I'm going to give you a little bit of a run of show. We have two tracks tonight. We have the Incubation Track and the Accelerator Track. 6 and 5 teams competing in each of those areas. We're going to start with the Incubation Track. A couple of logistics. The teams are going to present in a row. We then will give a 30-minute break for the judges to do their deliberation. And during the break, the rest of you get to go out and have some refreshments and also mingle, please, with the competition teams that you're going to hear tonight. So all of those pent-up questions and curiosity that you have about their business ideas, you'll have a chance to engage with them at the, I'll call it reception, in the 30 minutes while the judges are deliberating. So please don't forget to do that. And then for those of you who might be on our live webcast tonight, I think I might be looking at you. During that 30 minutes, if you could just please put on a timer, we will try to come back within that 30-minute time frame, give or take a couple of minutes. And so sorry you can't have refreshments with us at that time. But please do come back and join to hear the awards and the winners. All righty. So we're going to start with the Incubation Track right now. And these are students who had business ideas that are in the earlier stages of what we call conception at the time of their application. Many of these teams had been recipients of a previous type of award called the Try It Fund, which gave them an opportunity to go and test ideas before the application. And it's amazing how far that they have come. These teams, you're not going to believe this, they only have 2 minutes. They have 2 minutes to create and perform their compelling pitch for this award. And they will also not have a Q&A period. So think of all the questions that you might want to be asking them at the time for refreshments. And they're competing for a $2,500 prize. Are you ready to bring up the first team? Yep. All righty. All right. So our first team is The Farm. And let's welcome Odysseus Kufos.
better visualization of what I'm talking about. Here we go. Last one. Almost broke. Thank you. Hello everyone, and thank you for coming here. I'm here to present you The Farm, the new business for Thessaloniki that we plan to scale. The simplest way to think about The Farm is a community garden, but with chickens, where our aim is to connect individuals back to nature in the easiest way possible. I know my chickens, and I am really doing this. I went to an agricultural high school where there I acquired 3 certifications in agriculture. I also created my own business 5 years ago, my own chicken business 5 years ago, that is still running and thriving. That business started with $224 and has brought me profitability of over $12,000. The main problem our business combats is the elimination of connection with nature due to time constraints. We aim on combating this issue by the incorporation of our own app in order to bridge the gap from the expectations of our clients to their experience. We also aim for The Farm to be 12 to 30 minutes away from the center of the city. Our target groups are parents and grandparents with kids ages 6 to 13 years old, preferably medium to high socioeconomic status. We currently hold 3 pricing tiers, ranging from individualized chicken coops, from group-share chicken coops to individualized premium chicken coops. We have already designed and are in the process of building our first chicken coop in order to test its sustainability and functionality methods. We have talked to accountants, startup consultants, and lawyers to make sure that we're following all the right protocols, as well as locate the field and employees that will help us make sure that this business will be running for the long term. This is our timeline. As you can see, all the hard work has been done, and the only thing holding us back is the funding. If we get this money, we'll start the productions of the first chicken coops by July and expect our profitability to hit in by August. With this $2,500, we'll first build the first initial 7 chicken coops, and after that, we expect to get enough revenue in order to start expanding on our own. Thank you all very much for being here. Have a good one.
We're going to give the judges a couple of minutes to document some notes, and then judges, if you could just give me a thumbs up when you're ready, and we'll move on with the second one. In the meantime, don't you want a chicken? Yeah, I thought it was so cute. And if you had a chicken, what would you name it? I was going to name mine Jay Hurt. I don't know. Yeah. So we'll give the judges just a few moments to document some comments. Talk with your neighbor. What would you name your chicken? Okay? Almost ready for the judging here. Serious comments. Hey, Kevin. Kevin, what did you decide to name your chicken? Nugget. All right. Are you good to go? All righty. All right, judges on fire. Our second competitor is Fit Builder. So let's welcome Alexander Donald and Dylan Sparks to the stage.
Picture yourself stressed, endlessly browsing online, looking for your next outfit for an upcoming event, countless tabs open. Sound familiar? FitBuilder is here to address these frustrations of online shopping.
Hi, I'm Alexander Donald.
And I'm Dylan Sparks.
Together, we've created FitBuilder, combining our passion for fashion and technical expertise to improve online shopping. On average, in the U.S., shoppers spend an average of 2 hours browsing before making a purchase. This leads to $4.8 billion lost annually. FitBuilder has an enormous target market with 25 million Gen Z online shoppers and 51% of survey respondents saying that they would like to improve their fashion.
We live in an era where we can get results or solutions to anything we desire in seconds. So why can't this be the case when finding the outfit online that's just right for you?
The current shopping experience consists of making a broad search for an item, browsing a website top to bottom, and then possibly browsing multiple other websites just to find a single item. This process is very time-consuming and inefficient.
With FitBuilder, we plan to simplify this process by allowing users to input specific criteria tailored to the occasion, outfit preferences, and style needs to get a personalized outfit with direct brand and product links in seconds, which can then be customized with direct user feedback, getting users the outfits they want when they want it.
Here's our current MVP, allowing users to provide inputs, receive a full outfit with specific product names and links to those products.
And here is an improved mock-up with our UI and visualization tool to show the potential of FitBuilder can be. Looking forward, the future is bright, and we see exciting room for growth. If we receive funding, we plan to add AI visualization tools to allow users to virtually try on the outfits, improve our models to improve better recommendations, and then finally launch successfully as a subscription-based service. With FitBuilder, we will bring more time, money, and peace of mind back to the customer. Thank you very much.
So while the judges are making comments about that wonderful presentation, didn't you see yourself in this mirror? Time, money, and peace of mind in having, yeah? Did I just hear yet? I got an amen? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I could really see myself in this picture. This was real pain, a real solution to a real problem. When's the last time you returned something that you bought? Yesterday? Yeah. All right, we'll see how the judges are doing here before we bring up number 3. We have 6 in this track, 3 on deck. Okay? Ashley, you good to go? Need a minute? Okay. All right, we're going to welcome team number 3. It's a team of 1. It's Ingot Social Justice Network. Let's welcome Alex Stymack.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Stymack, and I'm the founder and creator of Ingot Social Justice Network, a new social media app designed to optimize your leadership. Oh, there we go. So from Cleveland, Ohio, I came, and to Davidson, I'm now here. But however, I've noticed that I wasn't able to really get involved in the same service opportunities and experiences that I had back home. And not only after going abroad and recognizing the fact that being part of the Belk Scholarship, a lot of educational opportunities to get involved in service are limited in capacity, unable to really hold the amount of people that we really need to ensure that everyone can become a global citizen. And that's where the problem really lies today. Not only do we not really understand what it means to be a public servant, but also we resort to performative activism and don't understand that there's a lack of educational access. That's why you got to get on Ingot. And that's our solution, a new type of social media platform to bring it to your fingertips, to ensure that you can encourage others and understand what service opportunities are available to you. Through connecting, educating, and serving, we can reach, react, and reflect on what it means to be a global citizen today. Through customer interviews, people want to get on Ingot. I've not only talked to a bunch of nonprofits and different school systems and their DEI offices and CSR offices, but also ensuring that students have the ability to transform the way they talk about leadership. So what makes Ingot different? Of course, we're calling to social action, so we want to ensure that our algorithm is making sure that the experience is something that gets you off your phone. In addition, it's a tool for nonprofits to have a database of a bunch of different advocacy work. Through our model, we're hoping through subscriptions and advertisements, we'll be able to scale and be able to reach a wide market of almost 52.5 million young users that are on their phones today, and about 60% already interested in social justice. So my question for you is, do you have the fire? I got the fire, I got the passion, and with your help, I can not only apply to grants, but also make sure Davidson's a part of this experience by hiring a Gig Hub consultant and building out this prototype. So, who wants to join me? Thank you.
I have a question for you while the judges are making their comments. How many of you who are not currently students went to Davidson? Several. Are you kind of getting the feeling you wouldn't have gotten in? Are you having that feeling? I'm having this feeling. I'm not sure I would have gotten in. Whew. All right, we'll give the judges a couple of seconds here. All righty. You good to go now? All righty, awesome. We're on to number 4 of 6 in this track. The pitch is called Modern Myths, and we're going to introduce Chloe Boissy-Stauffer to the stage.
Hello, my name is Chloe, and I want you to imagine a world where, instead of breaking another Candy Crush record, children have the technological support to become published authors, maybe at the age of 10. Children today spend hours scrolling mindlessly on apps that discourage creativity. When I was a kid, I had to take a boat to school. During this time, I didn't have access to technology, but what I did have were countless stories that I had read the night before. I used this to make worlds of my own imagination, and I wondered, how can I share this with the rest of the world? Maybe I could contact my favorite authors, writing them letters, maybe on social media or going to a book signing, but this was so impersonal and complicated. This has inspired me to designing Modern Myths, an online platform that directly connects real-life authors with young children's, encouraging them to submit their creative work in competitions where they can be published and rewarded. Modern Myths is essential because it reminds children that creativity is valuable and their ideas are being heard. I have started this project by publishing my own book to feel out the market. I have realized that parents can't wait to connect their children with authors. My platform will operate on a recurring revenue model. Using the freemium plan, parents can sign up for 1 month of free access, letting their kids contact authors and engage in fun challenges. After 1 month, there will be a $7 monthly subscription fee. This will unlock the platform and allow access to custom features, such as birthday messages and cash prizes for winning rewards. To launch this program, I need to develop a website, partner with real-life authors, and, of course, advertise my campaign. I now ask, will you help me support the children of today to make their creative dreams a reality? Thank you very much.
All right, big raise of hands, way, way up high. How many of you were writing a book your junior year in college? That's what I thought. Amazing. Amazing. Give the judges just a second. We'll move on to number 5 here. A team of really 4, but 2 will be presenting today. We're good to go? All righty. So our next team is called Motate, and you're going to see 2 members of the team. You'll see Spencer Hawkins and Danny Ukoloff. Take it away.
Hi, I'm Daniel.
And I'm Spencer.
And we're here to introduce Motate.
Motate.
So, we live in a distracted and undisciplined world. 92% of people fail their New Year's resolutions, and 95% say that they need someone to hold them accountable in order to get their stuff done. Some people pay coaches, and some people have their friends hold them accountable. But coaches are expensive, and friends can be fickle. That's where Motate can come help as the world's first AI coach. Imagine you sign up, you log in, and you pick your favorite motivator, AI bot, that we call Motators. Ding, you get a text from George Washington. Get off TikTok. You've been on there for too long. You have a meeting in 10 minutes, and I wasn't even this lazy after I founded America. Why do you get to be? We plan to offer this technology using the freemium model to get the power of AI in your fingertips for only $4.99 a month.
We'll also offer enterprise solutions where customers can pay for special features to be developed for them and their clients. Our market is huge, with over $4.9 billion being projected for the productivity segment in 2023 alone. Our sales and distribution, we have 3 channels we want to hit initially. Number 1 being social media with influencer and affiliate marketing. Our second is going to be through academic institutions and specifically the offices that provide resources to students. The third channel we really want to hit is going to be through group chats and shared servers where we can use the power of social interaction to provide us with some free marketing. As far as features, we've already developed the infrastructure to be able to provide SMS text messaging with an AI bot. The next feature that will be key to develop is the integrations with calendars as well as to-do apps. We have also already sold 10 beta users access and are working on obtaining 2 LOIs from different academic institutions. Incubation funding will provide us with the costs to cover these API calls as well as social media marketing. Here's our team, and please join us as we
rotate people's lives with Motate.
Danny was the one on the far side over there, and I think I heard him say that coaches are expensive and friends are fickle. I'm a coach, and I think Motate just put me out of business. But I'm all for it. I'm all for it. All righty, give the judges just a second. And we'll have number 6, which will be the last one in this category of the 2-minute pitches for the $2,500 prize. Okay? Awesome. Okay, our last one is Mystery Schmistery, and you will hear from Anna Kate Daunt and Katie Stewart. Take it away.
Mystery content brings up a lot of questions.
Who done it?
When?
How?
Where?
And why did they do it?
But one question you'll never be asking, should I invest? Hi, I'm Katie.
And I'm Anna Kate.
And today we'll be presenting Mystery Schmistery LLC, our killer business that sells live action role-playing, or LARP, mystery party planning games.
You might not be able to die of boredom, but you can use it to your advantage. We first had the idea to develop mystery games during the pandemic as a unique way to have fun when we were able to meet in person again. Once our first game was a success, we decided to capitalize on the mystery market.
Mystery Schmistery sells downloadable party planning materials for LARP mystery games. These materials, including instructions, invitations, characters, clues, and more, are sold on Etsy. Because they're completely downloadable, we have 0 production costs. Further, we test all of our games in person and receive feedback before they're released.
All of our mysteries, or schmisteries as we like to call them, are wacky, funny, and completely original. Unlike other mystery games that often utilize already existing IP, all of our material is completely unique. We just started this business in November of 2022, but since then we've released one game which has 16 sales and has garnered $320 in revenue. We're releasing a new game at the end of this month, so be sure to follow our Instagram page for updates.
With this investment, we hope to improve marketing, launch our own platform, and release physical copies of the games.
We are constantly evaluating technological advances as well as audience demands and changing branding decisions based on this research.
Thank you so much for your time, and please feel free to reach out to us if you'd like to look at our materials or play the game. But just to warn you, we can't guarantee your safety.
Don't you just love the liberal arts trained mind? It's so exciting to be around these people. I also have some gift ideas, right? I've got several gift ideas. So when the judges wrap up this particular section, we're going to be moving. We're going to motate over to the accelerated track of the competition and see 5 teams in that area. So I'll check in here in just a second. Feeling good? Okay. Let me give you a little bit of a preamble of what will now happen. Do we now need is everybody that you need over here? Okay, perfect. We're now going to move over to the acceleration track of the competition. And as a reminder, this area has 5 teams. They are competing for a $25,000 prize. And these are teams who have already demonstrated traction around their business idea at the time of their application. And they either have progressed it to a certain stage and or have raised at least $5,000 for funding of the effort. And the $25,000 is an equity investment. They will have 5 minutes for the pitch itself and 3 minutes for Q&A from the judges. And judges, when we get to the Q&A part, it'll probably be better if your mouth is a little bit closer to the mic, but we'll help monitor that if we're having any trouble hearing. But we'll have 5 minutes for the pitch and 3 minutes for the Q&A, and start to think about your own questions as well that you can ask the teams when we break into the reception during deliberation. All right? Are you ready? Acceleration track. So my first team up for you is Careers Explained, and let's welcome Heidi Meyer to the stage.
Hi, I'm Heidi Meyer, the founder of Careers Explained. Careers Explained started with the question of what do you want to do? It's a common question asked to both high school and college students that causes 3 fundamental problems. First, students don't know what their options are. Second, they don't know what those options entail. And third, they don't know how to get those roles if they are interested. These unanswered questions cause both students and employers problems. For students, 40% of college graduates are underemployed or unemployed following graduation. And out of those who become employed, 70% leave their first role within the first 2 years. This causes employers problems as they have to pay 6 to 9 months' salary to find and train replacements. This is why I created Careers Explained, with the mission to equalize access to career information to help students make more informed career decisions. It's an educational platform that tells students their options, what those entail, and gives advice from professionals in those roles in the form of informational interviews. We're unique because we're free to both students and schools, and we offer a variety of formats allowing students to customize the content to their learning style and preferences, and because of our distribution channels, which meet students where they are. For our formats, we offer a variety, including full-length video interviews, short video clips on Instagram and TikTok, blogs, and podcasts. Our distribution channels include social media, such as LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and school partnerships. We currently have 7 school partnerships, 3 with high schools and 4 with colleges, totaling 13,000 students who've agreed to promote our resources through their career centers, social media, and courses. Our total addressable market size is around $1 billion, based on there being 15 million high school students and 18 million college students, and based on average ad sale revenue from YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Spotify, posting once a week on YouTube and Spotify, and daily on Instagram and TikTok. We have 3 main competitors. First, our paid platforms such as UConnect, which charge schools $25,000 annually. Second, our job descriptions, which are free but often impersonal and vague. And finally, students can do informational interviews on their own, but this often requires contacts or enough mutual connections on LinkedIn, and requires them knowing what questions to ask. Careers Explained fills the gaps between the existing resources, removing the onus from both the students and the schools, equalizing access to critical career information that some schools might not be able to afford and that some students might not have access to due to time or connections. This slide is now out of date because it was submitted last week, and as of today, we have 7 school partnerships, newly with Oberlin College, adding 3,000 students to our total student connection pool. And we have 33 interviews. And for our financials, It only costs 3 hours a week to produce and market our content. Our expected revenue, as we haven't started monetizing yet, is based on the average ad sale revenue per 1,000 viewers across platforms weekly. And based on these averages, our expected profit is around $300,000 per year based on 10,000 views across platforms, and around $3 million per year based on 100,000 views weekly. Up until this month, I was working alone, and I'm excited to announce that Jessie Doyle and Catherine Ricker have just joined the team. Jessie Doyle has experience with production based on her internship with our wonderful MC, Donna Peters, who runs the award-winning podcast, The Me Suite, and through her role as a D1 athlete at Davidson, in which she has amassed NIL deals with brands such as Meta, Liquid IV, Nugo Nutrition, and Summit Coffee. Catherine Ricker, our Director of Marketing, also has experience with social media from the education platform she's created that's been mentioned in Teen Vogue magazine. We're the perfect team for this because we've all struggled with this question ourselves and watched our peer groups. Therefore, we're the perfect people to create the resource we wish we had. Choosing a career is a big decision, and it shouldn't have to be made in the dark. That's why I hope you vote for Careers Explained. Thank you.
So you talked about your distribution to social media. Are you going to have a tech platform of some central sort of platform? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, great question. We have a website where everything is centralized, where people can find it there. But we also have the separate channels established. So one home spot they can go to, or we can reach them outside.
Heidi, I love the idea, and so
Thank you.
well done. And I definitely see the need. I'm struggling and I want to understand a little bit more if you can build on the notion of kind of the inventory of professionals. So who am I connecting with? How do you recruit those professionals? Are they in various industries? Talk to me about the content and how you develop that and give me access to that if I subscribe.
Absolutely. So right now, we try to have a variety of industries with a new industry every week. We adapt based on request forms and based on trying to cover breadth, and we recruit on LinkedIn and through personal networks. So with each person who comes on, we try to use them as a referral, so we don't have any issues. We haven't had any problems finding guests, and we have people reaching out to us looking to come on. And so we try to have as many different industries as we can, different roles and companies, and are adaptable to what listeners want to hear, whether that be a job role, a company, or a question. You can ask all of those, and we will work on answering that question.
Okay.
Great job, Heidi. So I want to get to talk about the money.
Let's talk about money.
That's the important thing. So is that your revenue, is it based solely on the ads market, or have you thought about any other form of revenue?
The reason that we chose ad revenue is because we want this to be equal access to students in schools. We don't want money to be a barrier to getting this important information. And so a different stream that wouldn't affect either of those are through partnerships with companies who can leverage showing their roles or what they have to offer through having someone come onto our platform. So an additional stream as well as the ad revenue from the existing resources.
And what advertising revenue has been generated to date? Are you?
We haven't started monetizing yet, as Jessie and Catherine just came on,
Okay.
and I recently have been working 3 jobs, so I'll get back to you.
I understand.
Going back to that, so I see the partnerships with the schools.
Yep.
That's actually, I wrote that. I was like, wonder why you wouldn't connect with the schools to actually, Davidson has a huge career services network, and we're not
partnered with them.
Yeah, we're not a poor school either. So as a company, I was just wondering what made you decide, how come, Davidson has the resources, we didn't take the money.
Was that a question?
Yeah, that was a question.
Can you repeat the question?
So why, if you spoke with Davidson, you have these companies, so what was the ultimate decision in terms of saying, hey, we're going to do it for free for you guys, rather than saying this is a way for us to gain revenue as a company for you?
So platforms like UConnect right now charge schools directly $25,000 per year. And so we decided against that model because, for example, Davidson doesn't have UConnect. So the students here, because of their bottom line pricing, that's not a resource that Davidson or 10 of the other schools that we've talked to offer because of the financial limitation. And we don't want their students to be prevented from accessing this resource. And so instead we partner with them to promote it and then find profit elsewhere.
Can you speak briefly to how you intend to use the grant if you're awarded the grant?
Happily. So right now, Jesse and Catherine are saints volunteering their time, and the idea is to pay them part-time to scale our outreach as well as to both schools and advertisers, as we'd like to start monetizing now, and beef up our content to have as many industries, as you pointed out, as possible.
Okay.
Another question is, for the students or the interviews that you've done so far and students that have seen it, what has the feedback been so far?
So some of the feedback has been positive. I have an anecdote of actually a friend, unbiased, was unhappy in her role post-graduation. She's in the hospitality industry and she didn't know what to do. She thought consulting might be interesting. I said, well, that's funny because we just had a consultant at Deloitte on. You should check that out. Should I finish the question or stop now? Okay. So she watched the podcast at the time. That was the only content we offered. And she then used that in a Deloitte interview and now works at Deloitte. So happy customer there and more examples, but I don't want to get in trouble. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. While the judges take their notes, Heidi has a wonderful recruitment opportunity sitting right here in this room. One thing that I know as a podcast host myself is that everyone is interesting if you give them a chance to tell their unique story. So any of you who are out there who think, you know what, I have a career explained topic that I can talk about from my own experiences in business and companies or startups or larger organizations, you could be a very valuable interview resource for Careers Explained even. So maybe think about that during the reception. This is a recruiting opportunity for Heidi Meyer. Yeah. We'll see how the judges are doing. Isn't 3 minutes of Q&A a long time? I mean, you can really get a lot in 3 minutes. A lot of note-taking going on over there. Okay. All righty. So our second one, let's please welcome Copyright Wallet, Thomas Athey.
Hello, everyone. Music is an essential part of our lives. It has the power to move us, inspire us, and bring us together. Whether it's the lyrics that speak to our souls, the melodies that soothe our minds, or the rhythm that makes us want to dance, music has a profound impact on us. Unfortunately, most artists can't make money from creating music. Luckily, technology is transforming financial models for artists all over the globe. I'd like to introduce you to Cass Bell. She's the one on the far right. She's one of the artists that my co-founder Andreas manages. She started her music career in 2019 with the goal of being able to move herself and her family out of rural Colombia and doing that while making music, something that she loves doing. Cass Bell's talents were very clear and they scaled quickly. Today, she has millions of all-time streams and 2 #1 radio hits in Colombia. Unfortunately, with these terrific numbers, she has made less than $200 from streaming since 2020. This broken monetization model caused Cass Bell to venture into a new and emerging music space, Web3 music, music that lives on the blockchain and that is monetized via digital assets or NFTs. With her first song that she released in Web3, Cass Bell made over $16,000 from two collectors. In her second song, she made over $2,500 from 25 fans from all across the globe. She would need around 9 million streams to make that same amount of money, and she was paid out instantly and received 100% of her profits. It takes Cass Bell 3 months to 2 years to get paid in the streaming system, and intermediaries take up to 70% of an artist's revenue. Web3 music transformed Cass Bell and her family's life and transformed her relationships with her fans. This is the next clear movement in the music industry, but there is one serious issue. While most of the hype, investment, and development has been focused on blockchain marketplaces and payout systems, everyone has overlooked intellectual property infrastructure. There is no system that allows for multiple parties to share a given copyright in Web3. This means contributors don't get the legal protection that they deserve. Copyright Wallet solves this issue. We allow multiple parties to share proof of ownership of a given audio file. We make sure all collaborators are legally protected and then help them turn that file into a digital asset. Copyright Wallet is the global notary for creative teams. Like a notary, we charge creators per time-stamped agreement, $1 per agreement. Our system also offers distribution to blockchain marketplaces, where we take 2% of every digital asset distributed and sold. Music is just where we are going to begin. The size of entertainment media is nearly $1 trillion in the US alone. Hundreds of millions of audio and media files are uploaded to the internet daily, and as media comes onto the blockchain, it's going to need to be legally protected there. We have a minimum viable product built and have done a patent search. We are aware of the prior art and are in the process of filing a provisional application. We have 4 customer letters of intent, which amount to over 20,000 audio file uploads from nearly 70 artists all over the globe. Our team consists of 2 co-founders, myself and Andreas Botero. My name is Thomas Sathy. I'm a junior at Davidson, and this is the second blockchain-focused company that I have run. My co-founder, Andreas, is an alum of the Berklee School of Music, has nearly 20 years of music industry experience, and 3 years of Web3 music experience. He is focusing on product development. I'm focusing on business development. And let me tell you, that beard comes with a lot of wisdom. This $25,000 investment from Davidson College will help us build a second iteration of our MVP and accelerate our go-to-market process. We think we have a solution that can help artists all over the globe. Others see this as well. We have been selected as one of 10 finalists for a pitch competition at Duke this Sunday, where we will be pitching in front of some of the top tech VCs in the country. Judges, with your help, Copyright Wallet will be at the forefront of the next disruption in music. I thank you all for your time, and I welcome all questions.
So, Thomas, good seeing you again. So, I have a question about the 2% of digital assets you guys have there. I know in blockchain that can be transferred as the NFT gets sold. Does that remain 2% for you guys along the life of that song or the life of that track, or is it diluted as it gets sold?
Yeah, that's a good question. We, as of right now, that's not a decision we've made. It's kind of as we bring our customers on and gauge, what seems right for them. We'll decide that at that point. Yeah.
Thomas, it's great to see you back. You were here last year. You're continuing to do this. So definitely a serial entrepreneur. So congratulations on that, and well done. I'm a guy that's got a stack of box of CDs in my house, and so I'm trying to understand this whole blockchain thing. But I'm trying to understand if it's really oriented around artists or performers, because currently, as I understand not artists, songwriters versus artists. So is it geared solely towards artists, or is it also geared towards people that actually create?
It's for everyone, because the songwriters also own part of the, they have ownership in the given song because they helped create it. So it's for everyone that needs legal protection of the work that they have done.
So in the case of the artist that went from less than $200 to $16,000, where is that money coming from? That's coming out of somebody's pocket. Either I'm paying more to hear that music, or if I'm not, then that money's coming from somebody. And so how do they respond to what you're doing if they're taking money out of their pocket?
Well, in terms of there's tons of, are you asking kind of the current system and who's pocketing that?
Well, if the artist was making less than 200 and now making 16,000, that money is, good, that's great. But where is that money coming from that enables her to make 16 versus 200?
Yeah, so in her Caspel's first song, she was actually sold the music video of her song to a collector who paid $12,000 for it. And then she also sold an individual and a one-of-one NFT to another collector for $4,000. In her second song, she did 25 entries for users to purchase, or customer or fans to purchase the digital asset. 25 of them had access to be the first ones to listen to her album and be at this essentially digital album release party. So she was able to receive that money, and there are tons of different ways in this space where you can kind of monetize, and those are two of them, and obviously I didn't have enough time to share more of them.
I understand.
So you mentioned the difference between artists, 70 artists versus partners. Can you clarify what the partners are, just so I know?
In terms of like other collaborators?
Yeah, so you said four partners and then 70 artists. So who are the
Oh,
four
right.
partners?
Okay. So we have one music so my co-founder is from Colombia, based out of there. We have one Latin American music catalog, and then one blockchain marketplace that is being built out right now that has no copyright system, and then the other two are individual artists.
Got it. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's amazing to think about how the arts and artists and music and film and video got us through the pandemic, isn't it? And to think what an important role they had in getting us through the pandemic, and then how hard it is for these incredibly talented people to contribute and make a living. Really, it had me thinking here. So I have a question for you while the judges are making their final notes. How many of you had milk in your coffee this morning? Raise your hand. Okay, anybody have cereal with milk on it also? Yeah? Anybody cooked with milk in the last week? Yeah? So milk, big part of your lives. You'll see why I'm asking in just a moment. Think you're good to go? Okay, awesome. So our third competitor in the accelerator round is KK Dairy Solutions. And let's welcome Lily Courier to the stage.
Thank you. Did you know that about a third of Kenya's population live below the international poverty line? I know I might not look like it, but I have lived below the poverty line. Most of them are small-scale farmers in Kenya, and we urgently need to do something about that. I'm the co-founder of KK Dairy Solutions, a central entity based in Kenya that aggregates small-scale dairy farmers and helps them with inventory financing. Our mission is to make small-scale farming as equitable and sustainable. I grew up in a small-scale dairy farming community in rural Kenya, and I've seen firsthand how small-scale dairy farmers struggle to make ends meet. Small-scale farming is just bigger than my immediate community. It is the biggest subsector of agriculture in Kenya, which makes up 33% of the country's GDP. 33, that's how much agriculture is big in Kenya. Of all the dairy production in Kenya, 75% of that is from small-scale farmers. However, small-scale farmers are still faced with a lot of challenges. One of the big ones is low productivity due to the lack of quality and affordable dairy farming inputs. It's giggle. Whatever you put in, whatever you get out. So if you do not have enough inputs to put in, you don't get enough production from it. Also, they have to deal with a lot of exploitative dairy supply chain brokers that lead to them earning little to no profit. For instance, a liter of milk goes at a market price of 120 Kenyan shillings, but brokers only buy it as low as 40 Kenyan shillings from farmers. Farmers also have to deal with limited financing options such as credit services to finance their production. Our solution focuses on making small-scale dairy farming profitable and eradicating poverty in rural Kenya. We have central stores that provide farmers with quality and affordable dairy production inputs to help them maximize their production. We also aggregate milk from farmers and sell it directly to milk processing companies, eliminating dairy supply chain brokers in the middle and allowing farmers to earn enough income from their production. We also offer all our dairy inputs on credit, eliminating the financial barriers that farmers are facing. In just 1 year of operation, we've been able to recruit 120 farmers. And in our current area of operation, we have 1,300 dairy farmers. and 1.8 million small-scale dairy farmers in the entire country. So we still have a lot to go. Our current revenue streams are from sale of dairy farming inputs, in which we are currently making 15% profit. We're also making a 10% commission on the sale of dairy products that we are selling to milk processing companies, as well as a monthly service fee that we charge our recruited farmers. In the future, we want to expand our credit facilities and earn an interest from that. We are also in the process of creating a data analytics app that will be able to analyze our farmers' data and make an income from that, as well as expand our consultation services and charge a consultation fee. In just 1 year, we've been able to grow from 100,000 Kenyan shillings in monthly sales to about 800,000 Kenyan shillings in monthly sales now. We've also been able to grow from just 4,000 liters of milk monthly to 19,000 liters as of last month. In the next 1 year, we want to grow the number of our farmers from 120 to 350 and to 1,200 in 3 years. With your support, we can grow our total annual revenue from 2 million to 45 million Kenyan shillings in 3 years. With your grant of $25,000, that is approximately 3.25 million Kenyan shillings, we'll be able to recruit 100 more farmers. And I'll tell you why it's important for us to recruit these farmers now. We are finalizing a milk pasteurization facility that will serve up to 350 farmers. We only have 120 farmers right now, so it's crucial for us to recruit more farmers. We'll also use 4,000 to acquire transportation for 3 more porters and 1,000 to expand our marketing and capacity building efforts as we recruit more farmers and train them. My co-founder and I have first-hand experience in small-scale dairy farming, and the rest of our team has years of experience in dairy supply chain. I also have a lot of experience in financial services, data analytics, and app development, and my co-founder has years of experience in banking and dairy supply chain. Please join us in eradicating poverty in rural Kenya. Thank you.
That was really great.
Thanks.
You rattled off a lot of different ways to monetize this business, which is great that you're thinking ahead.
Yeah.
What would you say is like your number one way to monetize it, and maybe just focusing on that? Is it a subscription monthly, or would you say the selling?
Yes, the major one is the selling of the dairy inputs right now. So if we can monetize as much from that, because we are able to partner. Currently, we are partnering directly with manufacturing companies that manufacture the feeds. And once we are able to get that from them directly and sell it to farmers directly, we make a lot of money from that. Because the current way that they're operating is they sell it to they sell it to a wholesaler who sells it to another local wholesaler that sells it to a retailer, then another local retailer. So by that time, everybody's trying to make a profit, and by the time it gets to farmers, it's really expensive. But if we can bridge that gap and buy directly from manufacturers, then we'll be able to make that like our biggest monetizing value.
Lily, good seeing you again as well.
Thank you.
My question is, when you go to the farmers, what's the biggest negative you hear from them of why they would not sign up for your services? Is there some competition? Is there anything else that they give you a no for?
Yes. So one of the big ones is, it's nice, but are you going to stay? Because a lot of people have, a lot of nonprofits in Kenya, what they've done, someone has come up with a really good solution and goes to small-scale farmers, but only stays or is able to be sustained for 2 years, and then they go. So if you leave, if you give your farmers really high hope for such a short period of time and leave, then farmers are more afraid of who they can trust and who they think actually, farmers matter to them, that they will stay for the long term. And my parents are small-scale dairy farmers. Everybody in my community are small-scale dairy farmers, and I'm there for the long run. We can make a lot of profit from this business, but you're not really focused so much on how much you can exploit the farmers and make profit, but actually making it sustainable for them, that they can, in the long term, they'll still be able to make profit and earn a living from that. So I think, yes, are you going to stay? And I think with your support, we are going to stay.
I understand that. Well done, Lee. I understand the capital funding and capital providing side of the business once
Yes.
that gets developed. I'm trying to understand for the dairy farmer, what you bring. Is it in eliminating the multi-levels of distribution and trying to, because you talk about the margin, it's a 3-to-1 margin, market margin versus producer margin.
Yes.
You know, the 120 versus 40.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out how you justify your fees, and I'm assuming it's because you're bringing value to the farmer and eliminating some of those different levels of the distribution marketing. Is that accurate, or
yes,
help me understand kind of what you bring to the dairy farmer that justifies the revenue you're asking for?
Yeah, so one of the big ones that we're actually bringing for them is providing our production inputs on credit, because the production inputs are there, but if the farmer cannot afford to buy them on time, so that they can actually, like, if they can afford to buy the feeds and the vet services to provide them so that they can actually get enough from their production. But you're providing that on credit, so they don't have to worry about that until the end of the month, and we collect milk from them every day. So for us, they don't have to worry about paying for it upfront, because we give it upfront for them. And also, when we are buying the milk from them, if they didn't give us the milk, then they'll have to go through all these supply chain. They do a supply chain that will be long, but for us, we can buy directly from them and partner with food processing companies. So if they was to sell to like a broker at 40 shillings, but we can buy it at 60 shillings, then they'll definitely buy it for us, and we can sell it directly to manufacturing companies. That will be easy for us.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
So I was reading, this is Lily's senior year, and while she has been inventing new distribution channels on another continent, I think about that time I was microwaving Stouffer's macaroni and cheese. It's just absolutely amazing. So while the judges are making their final notes here, I would like for you to close your eyes for a moment. Close your eyes for a moment and think about that outfit that when you wear it, you feel so good in it. The way it feels, the way it looks, the comments that you get from people while you're in it. Think about that thing on your body. And open your eyes, and it'll make sense in a minute. Almost ready? Okay? All righty. Okay, so number 4, this will be Manatee Clothing Company, and welcome Spencer Mobley to the stage.
Can you all see okay if I'm standing on this side? Sure. Fantastic. All right, so well, Donna already helped me out there, but I wanted you to reimagine that favorite piece of clothing that you have, the one that fits best and makes you feel like $1,000,000. But now think about how difficult it was to find. This is something that myself and a lot of other men deal with when trying to find a t-shirt that fits, which is why I founded Manatee Clothing Company. My name is Spencer Mobley, and let me introduce you to your new favorite t-shirt. Current t-shirt sizing is broken. Humans don't come in sizes small, medium, and large, so why do our shirts? And because there's no standardized measurement attached to t-shirts, sizing varies wildly from brand to brand. I mean, look at how my extra large and small fit almost identically. And online shopping has only made this worse. For every 2 t-shirts purchased online, 1 of those is sent back, doubling both shipping cost and carbon emissions. And if that sounds ridiculous to you, it's because it is. But it makes a little bit more sense when you realize that 91% of customers say they're confused by how t-shirts are sized. That means we've got a $20 billion annual market of confused men who need a t-shirt that fits better. We understand that each person has a unique frame, skeletal frame, that determines the size and shape of their body. Using this, we developed 3 simple measurements that anybody can do at home in less than 60 seconds to guarantee all men a t-shirt that fits better than the industry standard. Once our customers put in their 3 measurements, we tell them where they fit on our frame matrix, their frame type, to get them an ideal fitting t-shirt. And as we've refined this through customer research, we found that we don't even need to stock every frame type because some occur more naturally than others, limiting our production cost. And before I move on from this, I want to show you one more frame matrix. This is the frame matrix of every other t-shirt company out there. One frame decided on by the company, or to put it in other words, it's a t-shirt designed to only fit one type of body. Let's look at the t-shirt market. On the far left, we have our kind of bulk t-shirts, basic, small, medium, and large for 10 to 15 bucks. And if you want to pay up to 10 times that price, you can get a fully custom tailored t-shirt. Our main competitors are the fitted t-shirts, going up for about $20 to $30, but they still operate off one frame type. And based on customer interviews, we found people are willing to pay just a little bit more for a t-shirt designed to fit their body type. Based on talking to local tailors, we can currently produce a shirt for about $15 to $18. We plan on selling them for $35 to $40. And once we scale up to factory production, we can bring that cost of a t-shirt down to $8 to $11. I want to bring your attention to another sea creature-inspired clothing company, Gymshark. Founder of Gymshark was also a college student and realized that there was a different way they could be sizing gym clothing, even in an already seemingly saturated market. So he began to sew gym clothes in his own garage. And he found that people agreed with him. They were willing to pay up for a better fitting gym top. Today, Gymshark's worth over $1 billion. We plan on following a very similar growth pattern, starting out producing t-shirts locally with tailors, and then as we scale both our revenue and our reach, scale up to factory production. Now, let's talk about going to the market, because realistically, this t-shirt could help almost every guy out there. But we believe that we should start with just one target customer. And that's going to be one body type and has one of the biggest issues finding t-shirts. Now, I know these guys well because I'm one of them. It's taller, lankier guys who have trouble filling out a t-shirt. And from there, we're going to expand out to every other body type. We're going to focus on 18 to 25-year-olds because these are the people who care most about looking good and finding a t-shirt that fits them. And this is good for us for a couple reasons. First, as we're trying to get off the ground, we only have to focus on producing shirts that fit these frame types, again lowering our production cost. And for our marketing, we can stretch that as far as it can go because we can target this specific audience. For example, one of our biggest things we're going to do is influencer marketing. We can then target influencers who have the exact same body type as the guys we're trying to sell to, so that every dollar we spend on marketing counts to bring those customers to us. Looking ahead, I want to tell you about one more thing. Ill-fitting t-shirts can lead to people developing body dysmorphia, and that's a really under-talked about issue with young men. It's stigmatized, and they try to hide it, like I did when I was younger. Manatee is committed to partnering with mental health organizations to send resources and information on male body dysmorphia with every single t-shirt shipped to help combat that. If we're fortunate enough to get the grand prize tonight, we're going to put it towards pattern creation, marketing, web development, and product creation. And we'll use the McIntosh legal services to file design patents for each of those patterns that we create. With all this done, we think we can launch by the end of the summer. Thank you all for listening to Manatee, and I'm excited to hear what your questions are.
So my question was, if I wanted to get a Manatee shirt, what are like the 3 measurements that I would have to do to be able to get
So I don't want to give away the entire secret recipe, but I'm going to give you an example of one. So each of our measurements is measuring your skeleton. So it's going to not change at all. Once your frame is fully grown, it's fully grown. The one I'm going to tell you about is your wrist circumference. By measuring our wrist circumference, we can know if you have thinner bones or thicker bones, and then we can accurately predict how much mass you're going to put on your arm, or how much potential you had to put mass on your arm. So for someone who has thinner bones, like myself, we'd have an armhole that's a bit slimmer and smaller, so it fits them better. With someone who has thicker bones, we'd size that up a bit to accommodate for that. And each of our measurements are just like that, pretty much.
So will you be sending out a measurement tape, or does everyone have one already? Or
so we talked about running a promotion where we send out manatee-themed measuring tapes, but there's also a guide on our website. All you need to do is have a piece of string or like a headphone cord, although I know those are disappearing pretty rapidly. And then you just wrap that around, mark it with a piece of tape or a Sharpie or something, and then you can lay it out on a ruler. And we're also going to be embedding a ruler on our website to make it really, really easy for people, in case those are also disappearing.
Yeah, that's great.
Do you make to order, or do you build an inventory? You're talking about capital use, and you were talking about marketing and building out the first frame and what have you, but kind of talk to me about inventory costs. Is that an issue, or are you building to order?
We're building for an inventory, and like I said, because we're doing customer research and we're measuring a bunch of people, we're getting a good sense of kind of what these body types and body shapes are that occur most naturally. And so we're able to kind of hone in on a certain section of inventory. So we don't have to build inventory for everybody. We are building an inventory for the most common body types. And then the ones that are a bit more on the outside, you're extra special, and we'll take a little bit longer to get those to you. And as we begin to sell these shirts, we're also going to be collecting data on who buys our shirts most often, so we can continue to kind of hone in on which shirts we should produce the most of, so we don't have some sitting in a warehouse.
Can you speak to sales channel? Are you selling directly, or are you selling through others?
Yeah, direct to consumer through our website.
It's a DTC model. Okay.
Yeah, taking the guesswork out of online shopping, hopefully.
And have you thought about different materials and all, like going through the process of how you'll want to make those T-shirts, for example?
Yeah.
Which ones sell better than others?
Absolutely, yeah. So we're looking at just a classic cotton material. And the reason the $8 to $11 might seem a little bit high even at factories, because we're trying to produce them sustainably. And we're thinking about releasing a special limited edition tee made out of recycled ocean plastic, because we got to honor the manatee. We're taking their name and their image, so we can give back to them a little bit with that.
My question, have you, do you already have any prototypes, any shirts out there? Have people tried them on? Have you gotten feedback so far on it? And have you sold any yet, or is it still too
I've sold none yet, but I've got a lot of friends that say they want to buy them, and more than just friends. Can I finish the question? Yeah, so for prototypes, we don't have any actually sewn yet. Basically what I've done is just taken shirts and kind of altered them to match what we've got. Because there are shirts out there, right? We're not all walking around naked. So we're taking the shirts, we're hemming those, tailoring them to fit what we think, and trying those on. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I feel good about the future with these young people in it, don't you? Let's give the judges a few minutes to make some notes. Our final competitor will be up next, team number 5 in the acceleration track. Again, a reminder, they're competing for $25,000 in an equity investment. Got another gift idea, too. Judges, let me know when you're ready. Okay? All righty. So team number 5 is called Rise Together, and we are going to welcome Christos Kumpotis and Tassos Pagunas to the stage.
Last month, my dad started recruiting a phone repairman for his business. He uploaded a job listing, and he hired a recruiter. He ended up with more than 75 resumes, yet only 3 candidates had some relevant experience repairing phones. Having spent more than €1,000 and 20 hours recruiting for an employee, he's still looking for one. The Greek labor market suffers from a significant gap between job providers and job seekers. At the moment, there is no efficient tool to connect the businesses with qualified candidates. This leads to a very high employee turnover rate due to underqualified hirings and a very high unemployment rate. It is very important to note that young people, immigrants, and women are disproportionately affected by these biases in the hiring process. Specifically, youth unemployment has been averaging around 35% over the last 2 decades, and women unemployment is 13% higher than men of the same age.
To address these challenges, we introduce Rise Together, a platform that connects employers with employees, needs with skills, and opportunities with talent. Our venture utilizes an algorithm that considers the priorities and needs of an employer, along with the experiences and skills of an employee, to recommend pairings that perfectly fulfill each other's criteria. To enable unbiased hiring, we provide a candidate's demographic and personal information only after the employer decides to connect with them. This process promotes merit-based hirings and also actively reduces social biases in the labor market. The Greek market itself The Greek market itself comprises 99.4% of small businesses. Assuming that only a third of those businesses need 1 employee per year, this will create more than 200,000 potential job openings. Meanwhile, there are about 500,000 unemployed people and more than 200,000 discouraged workers. A significant amount of these workers are women, young people, and immigrants.
Our solution can benefit all industries across multiple countries. However, every journey starts with a small first step, and ours is the retail market in Greece. Over the last year, we've created an initial client base of 25 businesses in the retail market, some of those you can see on the screen, who have agreed to test our platform and use our service for their hiring needs. To accommodate those needs, we've contacted the Business School of Athens and Thessaloniki to extract potential candidates interested in sales and marketing roles.
The main difference between our platform and competitors such as LinkedIn, Indeed, or Facebook Marketplace is that they provide a manual approach that requires a lot of time-consuming effort from either the employer or the employee to find each other. Our service mostly resembles what a recruiting agency is doing. Compared to them, however, we still provide a more affordable solution as we replace their manual labor with advanced technological tools. Our solution matches the two sides, minimizing the time, effort, and above all, money invested in the process. Specifically, Rise Together can reduce the cost of candidate acquisition by up to 99% compared to a recruiter.
Being a software as a service company, our business model relies on annual recurring revenue. This is based on customized subscriptions that accommodate the hiring needs of the businesses and annual partnerships with institutions like Davidson or other universities, obviously in Greece, to provide their service to their members and their communities. At the same time, our users can try our service with a matching fee without a subscription by paying a matching fee when they decide to connect and match with a specific candidate.
Thanks to the funding we received last year through the Nisbet Audience Award and the Avenger Impact Fund, we were able to implement our website, the face of our business, by taking into close consideration the feedback of our primary 25 clients we mentioned earlier. At this point, we're able to collect information and data and perform matches manually. Through conversations with professionals and Davidson professors, we have a detailed layout about our algorithm, the part that automates the matching. There are plenty of features to be added as we grow, but with this $25,000, we will be able to automate the core, our core business function. We have already connected with senior software developers to help us implement it once we have collected the necessary capital.
Regardless, our platform is going live over the next couple of months, and we will make our first matches over the summer. The lack of accessible opportunities forced us to leave our homes, so we are determined to solve the issue that drives thousands of young Greeks every year outside of the country. We know we can introduce efficiency and equity and promote social fairness in the market. Yes. Join us to rise together. Thank you. Yeah, we're open to any questions.
That was great. Get the problem, and it seems like there's a big opportunity to help the job market there. Can you tell a little bit about just explain a little bit more about the matching piece? Because I think that's your secret sauce about the algorithm. Maybe it's on the candidate's experience where you gather that information, or just share a little bit of light on that.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the reason we want to build the algorithm, because the algorithm is going to use the information both the employees and the employers provide on our form, as of now manually, and create algorithmic profiles, extract keywords, for example, and connect those profiles with each other. So let's say there is a marketing student looking for having some experience in sales and is looking for an internship. And on the other hand, there is a retail shop that is looking for a marketing specialist. So our algorithm will be able to extract those information provided by them and match them with each other as soon as they sign up for our service.
And you mentioned you're going to charge the companies a subscription. Do you know about what the pricing would be?
So the way that it's going to work is that the customer actually decides how much they're going to be charged, more or less. They can choose the number of matches that they actually need for their business, and they can also choose what we call criteria strictness, how strict and precise the match it has to be. So the subscription can really vary, and for example, we have looked, it can be anywhere from 180 euros per year, maybe 300, or maybe even more if the business is really big and they have a lot of hiring needs. So it really depends, and it's up to the customer.
Christos, Tassos, good seeing you guys again. Glad to see the website's done and stuff. My question is there any other like competition in Greece, like a Career Karma or Indeed, like some of those that we have here in the US? Is there something like that in Europe, or is this going to be something new?
Of course, yeah. As we already mentioned, competition exists, but we strongly believe that we're introducing a novel technology in the market. So most of these sites resemble a digitalized job posting you could see on a newspaper, right? Because neither LinkedIn or Indeed are that excited or that interested in the Greek market. So what we believe we can do is create the technology that we have learned experience here in the US in a market that doesn't really exist. So give them the opportunity to deal with something new. I don't know if you have anything to add on that.
I think you covered me.
So from the employer standpoint, are they swiping for the matches, or what's their experience? Because I know in Indeed they get tons of job posting resumes that they have to filter through. So how is it easier for them?
So whether they're going to swipe or not, it really depends on if they're using a mobile device. However, the way that we want to do it is give them a one-page, very simple summary of why we believe and why our algorithm determines that this specific candidate is perfect for what they're looking for. So basically, they don't have to spend the time going through the resume. They can if they want to, but we're actually giving them the gist of it so they can make a quick and efficient decision. Thank you very much.
All right, we have now speed dated 11 teams. Amazing. And we now need to give the judges 30 minutes to deliberate on the winners in the two different categories. And that will allow you 30 minutes, people at home. You have a 30-minute break, but please do come back and join us. We actually have 3 awards to give when you come back. And for those of you in the room with us, if you'll join us for the reception and the 30-minute break while the judges are deliberating, and have a chance to mingle with all of the competitors and ask all those questions that you may have had. And judges, we will work on getting you some hydration and nutrition. All righty, so enjoy the break, everyone, and back in 30 minutes. Everybody, let's take a seat. It's award ceremony time. And you and I aren't winning anything. All right. Did anybody ask any competitor team a question during the break? Yeah? Meet some new friends? So you may remember that when you signed up to attend tonight, it was called the Nisbet Venture Fund. Nisbet. And so before we go into the results from the judges, I want to introduce you to Chip Nisbet, who is Davidson class of '86. And we want to give him an opportunity to share a couple of words about how he and his family made the decision to make this significant impact for the Davidson community. And after we hear a little bit from Chip, we're going to hand out the first award that we call the People's Choice Award, which were votes received in an online platform over the last week. And Chip will have the great honor of giving the People's Choice Award in just a moment. But welcome Chip Nisbet, as in Nisbet Venture Fund, to the stage.
Well, thank you. And thank you to everybody. I mean, Liz, Donna, the mentors, the judges, most importantly, the candidates. I mean, this has been phenomenal. I mean, I was just talking to Mark McDowell, and he was at the first original, I guess 9 years ago, venture fund competition, and we were in a small little building in the original Patterson Court. I mean, it was as big as this stage probably. and so, you know, we had 4 or 5 great groups, but it's just been, it's so incredible to see just the quality of the presentations, the quality of the ideas. We're global. I mean, it's just everything's so great. So, you know, this came about by wanting to do something to recognize, my mother and I wanted to do something to recognize my father, Olin Nisbet, in his memory. He loved this place, and he was chairman of the board of trustees, and he was a great entrepreneur. He loved entrepreneurship, and he started a successful investment management business, Sterling Capital Management, based in Charlotte. And so that was the impetus in trying to think of something to do in his honor. And the venture fund, really what I thought about is it wanted to have a couple of points to it. I wanted it to be great education and training. So, you know, we have this boot camp, and I mean, it's just impressive to see these, you know, kids learning how to present and build a business plan and come up with great ideas. So that was a piece of it. And wanted to be an investment. It's important for us to think of it as an investment. You know, you have all these great ideas coming out of dorm rooms today. You know, when I was in college, we had some bad ideas coming out of dorm rooms, but today we have great ideas. And you know, a way to kickstart those ideas to take them to the next level. And then the other piece we hadn't talked about was we wanted everybody to win. And so there, you know, a lot of schools and other places have these business competitions, but I haven't heard of one where what we do is the college also gets a warrant in the investment in every business that we do. So if the next Steve Jobs and Apple comes from Davidson, maybe it will come tonight, everybody wins. So the college gets a piece of it as well. So those are important. And it's just great to see how the fund kind of became the cornerstone for entrepreneurship at Davidson. It was kind of the first step, but look at what we've done with the Hurt Hub and Jay and the Avenger Scholarship. It's really grown. It's just so exciting to see. So it's very satisfying. And one last thing I wanted to give a shout out. I had a conversation with the 2018 winner, Andrew Asher. Andrew's here somewhere. I talked to him earlier. You know, he did Lucid, which was a robotics company that does drones for cleaning buildings and other outdoor facilities. and won in 18 and just announced that they got their Series A funding. And I just want to give a round of applause. It's just so satisfying to see that. So with that, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that. And now we're going to present the People's Choice Award, right?
So it has a lot of moving parts. So if you could step this way. Well, actually, you know what? I need you by the mic.
Okay.
I need you by the mic. I'm going to trade places with you. Yeah.
Great.
So as a reminder, the People's Choice Award was a popular vote that occurred in an online platform survey over the last week. We have no idea what's in here, so it's going to be just like at the Oscars. And it's a $5,000 prize towards the venture. We're going to give Chip the honors of revealing
All right.
the People's Choice Award.
All right,
And the
drum
winner
roll.
or winners, if you could please come to the stage.
Drum roll, please. And the winner is The Farm. All right. All right. Oh, here we go.
And one by yourself. Right? We're going to let him do one without the window dressing.
Yeah.
All right? Right here, just alone. There you go. All right, we good. All right. We now want to welcome Ashley and Mbai to the stage, all right, for the reveal of the Incubator and Accelerator Awards. Yeah. Yeah. And you can take a seat here, this way. And do we have handhelds for them? Yeah, perfect. Yeah, thank you. I'll give them to you. Yeah. All right, and test that and see if that's on.
Hello.
Yeah, test that. Is that on?
Hello, hello.
Yeah. And are they okay sitting or standing? Do you need any? Okay, you can take a seat or stand, whatever you're comfortable doing. Yeah. So let me remind you of the two tracks. The Incubation Track was where you saw the 2-minute runs, and we had 6 teams in that area. And so it's where we're going to start with the first award, and that was the $2,500 prize. But I first want to go to the two of you to ask, what did you observe? And what went into the decision for your winner before you reveal the winner? Okay.
Yeah, so this was a great presentation by everyone. One thing that we were looking at is who did the clearest presentation and hit on all the parts of what we were grading, and I think that was really important to get that and have that shine through. We also looked at this person did a really great job of having a unique product and solution for their opportunity. So I think that was something that was interesting to us. Clear way to monetize it and bring it to market. And so I think that we're happy with our decision and its founder.
Okay. Anything else, Mbai?
The other thing we looked at also was the impact that the investment would give them, because we didn't want to give them $2,500. If you want to raise $2.5 million, that's not going to do much for you. Okay. So if the impact of this could actually help you grow your business and help you scale to another level, then that also was a big factor as well.
So the magic reveal check is on its way, and the announcement is coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the winner of the Incubation Track is Modern Myths.
You get in the middle. You get over this your check. There you go. Yeah, and we'll let you do one alone. Awkward silence. Awesome. Congratulations. Be careful. Okay. And now we'll jump to the acceleration track. And remember, this was the award of the $25,000 equity investment as well as pro bono services from the McIntosh Law Firm for the winner. Amazing. Thank you. So we're bringing Jay Hurt up to the stage here. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, on by. All right. So, Jay, similar drill. If you could help us get into your head a moment, the head of the judges as you were making this decision about the winner of the Accelerated Award.
Very few people ask to get in my head, so that's a dangerous spot. But
it's a scary place.
I think what impressed us all, well, first of all of the participants did an outstanding job. I mean, of the years that I've done this, the ranking between the top and the not the top, it was as tight and close as it's ever been. So congratulations to all of the participants. At the end of the day, when we look at these things, and Ashley mentioned it well, and it's a combination of partly the presentation, because part of what we're trying to do here is teach the ability to pitch and compel and persuade. So that's an important part of what we're trying to reinforce and teach here and have students present. The other thing is the impact and the traction of the businesses. So it's a $25,000 investment. And so we want to make certain, and selfishly, the college gets, as Chip said, a warrant, which we hope will become worth an awful lot of money in the years to come as these things are successful. But the traction and the impact are important. So where can $25,000 make an immediate impact in the business to help support what was an outstanding presentation? And so based on those criteria, and again, it was as close as it's ever been in the time that I've seen it, our winner is KK Dairy Solutions, so Lily Career. So congratulations.
We can continue the applause. Amazing. All right. Be careful here. Yeah, amazing. All right, everybody, thank you for your energy and attention tonight. It was wonderful to have you out with us through this competition. And on behalf of the Hurt Hub at Davidson College, thank you all. And look at what how far these investments go and the incredible impact that we can all have. So remember the Hurt Hub. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.